topic. Who got the ears to the gossip? Which radio station is the hottest? And if it's sweet like honey, then I got it. If you don't tune in, then you're wrong. Honey Closet know what's really going on. So tell me something good, tell me something good. You better turn up the volume in every hood. Which clubs really pop? Who clothesline rocking? Which show should I be watching? Redbone pretty, let the world know. And if it's sweet like honey, that's my girl show. Biggie Beats, turn the volume up. Chuck B, turn the volume up. J Dub, turn the volume up. DJ, turn the volume up. Honey Closet. Honey's Closet. Honey's Closet. Honey's Closet. Honey, 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 honey's clout. Honey, 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 honey's clout. No one else to listen to, check her elegance. Sick of all them weak shows, here's the medicine. Kept their ears to the streets, true veterans. This is Marge's favorite damn show. I tried telling them it's about to go up. Stairways, my girl Honey on the motherfucking airways. It's about to go up. Stairways, my girl Honey on the motherfucking airways. Turn up, East Coast, turn up, Japan, turn up, Motherland, turn up, Europe, turn up, South America, turn up, Australia, turn up, turn up.
Woo woo. I don't see myself. Oh, there I go. What's up? It's Honey's Closet. Okay, so let's finish that out. Woo, 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 woo.
Whoa, whoa.
Lee? I mean, hey.
You know, I can't follow instructions. I just don't have it in me.
I totally see. So welcome to Honey's Closet. I'm your girl, Honey. I see everybody's popping in. Hey, Celine. Hey, everybody. Yeah, pop on in. I'm here. I'm not there in studio, so I'm here live on location, which AKA is my house. Let's keep it 100. So I'm at home. And so it looks funny to see me on Skype. It looks funny. Like, I feel like, so cheers to, being on Skype. Mm-hmm.
What you got in that glass? What is that?
I'm drinking, they say a glass of red wine is good for you. Hi, my love, Celine. So I bought me some Menage a Trois. That's the name of the damn wine.
No way.
It is. My god sister Tiffany told me about it, and I said this has to be something freaky, but it was real. It's in Walmart, and I bought it, and it's a mixture of. And that's the thing. It's got 3 wines in it.
3 wines.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the person that came up with that whole notion of a glass of wine a day will keep the doctor away. You know who came up with that?
Mm-hmm. Who?
A wino.
Well, was he still living?
I don't know.
No, but they tell you that red wine is really good for your blood.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Now you can't go get no moonshine or no Boone's Farm or nothing like that, and then because it's red. But it's always not a very
Mad Dog
or the dry. Yeah, no Mad Dog 2020.
No,
but it does help. It said a glass of wine is good for you. I knew a lady. She was way up in her 90s. She had her a glass of cognac every night.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do that. It's amazing.
Yeah, look, Chris Bass says, honey. So Chris Bass was acting up on the Lee Michaels, a.k.a. Bishop Bass show today.
Really?
Yeah, he had to
tell me
some of his cohorts to try to threaten me, and not threaten.
Oh, really?
Try to bully me.
He went gangster on you?
Yeah, he was trying to act like
Thugging.
He was so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Chris, don't make me send the posse out there.
Yeah.
And straighten you out. Don't be messing with Honey. But she, Honey's got some gangsters of her own.
He said Lisa might do something, but Honey, she ain't gonna do it.
Oh.
You thinking that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're the second person that mentioned that today, because I was talking to Laura Rice, and she said the same thing, that he was on there clowning. Being real thuggish.
He's been clowning Laura Rice, too?
Yeah. Said Chris Bass was thugging today.
Oh, he's just thugged out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chris, how you doing it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we welcome you guys to Honey's Closet. So much going on. But how are you doing, Lee?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, earlier today, I wasn't feeling so hot, but I think I feel a little better now. I did take a little break.
Okay.
Yeah, I came down to the studio earlier and met with my old friend and new client coming on The Power of Voices, Dr. Rachel from the TV show The Doctors, and formerly radio talk show host as well. She's joining The Power of Voices soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Dr. Rachel.
Yeah.
Welcome. That's awesome.
She's based here in Los Angeles now. She's from Chicago.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely awesome. That's really good. I mean, not that she's from Chicago or anything, but that she's joined the cast of characters from The Power of Voices per se. Because there are a cast of characters down there at The Power of Voices. Are you there? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. The phone's ringing and everything's going crazy here.
I have a call. I bet you it's Bishop. Is it Bishop?
Yeah, Brother Bass is on the line.
Hello, welcome to the closet. Who do we have on the line?
Hello, this is the Bishop.
The Bishop. What's up, Bishop Bass?
How you doing, honey? Honey. And also to the Guru Lee Michaels. How's everything?
We're all doing good over here on the West Coast.
Well,
which is the best coast.
Well, that I heard about that. It's a great coast to be on.
Absolutely. So how are you doing, Bishop? Have you calmed down from your...
No, hold on. Here's the thing. Now, I was listening to your show, which I always do at 8 p.m. Pacific time on thepowerofvoices.com. You know I'm a fan. I listen to when I can. But here's where the caveat comes in. Now, here's the deal. Now, first of all, I was not acting gangster. I was not trying to do anything wrong on the program. Of course, it's Lee's program. I honor that. I don't know when he's returning, but we have no idea.
And neither do I.
Oh, see, there you go. It's your show, so right, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's really it's 50% your show, 50% my show. So, but I got a couple of calls, one from Honey and one from your favorite person, Laura Rice, and they said you were thugging on the show today. It was just
first of all, Laura Rice doesn't count. That is de facto non-person. Val, you count, but not Laura. Red beans and brown rice, whatever she changed her name to.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Dinner. Yeah. That's your girl. I have no idea.
I inadvertently dialed her tonight, and I was trying to dial Val to get her hooked up on Skype and everything. And she said, "Oh, what is this? A booty call?" I said, "Booty call?" I said, "No." She said, "Oh no, I mean you butt dial me." I said, "No, Lord, no." I said, "You got a lot of ass, but not that much ass for me to see it all the way in LA."
You got that right, Doctor. Ooh wee.
Whoa.
I mean, her ass can feed Ethiopia.
She laughed at it. It's all in fun.
Wrong.
And then I text her. I said, if I'm going down to 405 and I look up and I see your ass, I might have a heart attack rolling on the floor laughing my ass off. And then she says, I used to live in L.A. and I still have family and friends there. ... I said, so what is that? Then I answered her back. I said, what does that mean? I need to come to Chicago? She says, I'm like Visa. I'm everywhere you want to be. She's a little instigator. She likes to get some shit going.
Yes, she is. Exactly. Which
Yeah.
was why you shouldn't take her seriously when you were talking to her earlier about me. You can't take her seriously.
Oh, okay.
She's an instigator.
I
And
see.
so, and going back to what Val was saying earlier, when I was on earlier during the show, the thing about it, I tried to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to facilitate my acknowledgement of what I know to other people. Thus, working with Val and other people on various shows. And Val's no different. I think Val's a very special talent. You're right there with her, going to groom her up. She's going to be just fine. She's in the hands of the master. But when it comes to me, so you see her and Lisa London start to push back on me, and I can't have that.
They're gangbangers.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they come after me at times, and I got to protect me.
Yeah,
So
they don't
that's what happens
understand.
sometimes.
They don't understand when you get attacked, you go balls to the wall crazy.
Do you
Well, I
really
try
honestly
not to,
believe
but-
that? You honestly believe we attacked him? The only thing I did say after he kind of, said some stuff about us being little, my response was, in the words of the famous Mickey Mouse, I may be small, but I got friends to make me 10 feet tall. That's all I said.
And I thought she was making some crap up. I said, when the hell did Mickey Mouse say that crap? But she did enlighten me about your son, who once saw it, and you saw it on the cartoon, so that verifies it. That's a very good saying. But it shouldn't reply to me. It shouldn't reply to me at all.
Well,
I'm trying to help you out.
You don't want to say we were little and we were so little that we couldn't handle ourselves.
No. Back a second. I said I could see over you if I was giving you a hug, because you're 5'5" and Lisa is 5 feet. I'm 6 feet tall. I can see over you guys.
Okay,
that's all I said. Is that true? Is that true or not?
Okay, it didn't come out. It didn't come over. I don't know what left your mouth, but when it crossed over to the west, it did not come out like that.
I have no idea what you're saying. I have no idea.
So,
I'm sorry it came out that way. That was not my intention.
The plot
Now, what
thickens.
I will tell you as we go into this next segment, I will be Khabib and you will be Conor.
I'll be what?
I'm gonna need you to. See, you make the joke not funny when you don't catch it right away.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
If I'm saying his name right, Khabib, and you will be Conor McGregor. So with
okay, I'm gonna get my ass beat. Okay, I got you. Okay, all right.
So with that
get the
being
beat
said,
down.
did you guys see or hear about the fight this past weekend?
Oh yeah, I did see the melee. They have them outside the ring too. They're beating up. Who were they beating up outside the ring?
Outside McGregor's camp. What happened was one of McGregor's teammates during the fight was yelling out racial slurs to Khabib, calling him a Muslim rat.
Oh,
and there was an eyewitness throughout the whole thing who seen it and heard it and said that he believed that Khabib, because he eyed the guy, so he eyed him, he heard him say it, and they were throwing racial Muslim slurs. And these are the same people that McGregor attacked their tour bus and broke out the windows in a tour bus. I didn't know that initially. So when the fight was over and he beat McGregor's behind, he jumped out the ring and jumped on the guy who said it. So it was Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart.
And
so
sorry.
So McGregor got 2 ass whippings.
Yeah, his team got beat down. Now, what's making me a little upset is that I feel like Dana White, and I don't know much about him, so I need to figure it out. But I feel like because I watched one of the pre-race press conference, and McGregor was talking mad crap. He had alcohol. He was just talking mad crap about this guy. And the guy was just calm, like really, professional and sitting there. And Dana White was laughing and standing there. And so this is the same guy that he attacked his tour bus and hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Like people were injured in that attack. So I don't know why Dana White is. And again, I don't know nothing about him. But from what I've seen, and I'm gonna say this first, I could be wrong. But he kind of reminds me of a racist. Like he's just allowing this guy, no matter what he did, because now he's saying this other, and I think I'm saying his name right, could be in a lot of trouble. Well, if somebody is saying racial slurs to you and antagonizing you, at what point are you not going to come at him? Now, I'm not saying what he did was wrong, but you know,
what you want me to get?
you know, so give me a second. Just
there's no room for racist slurs in the boxing game and the kickboxing or anywhere really. I mean, that crap is just got to go away. And see, if somebody was making racial slurs against me and I got to go into a ring with him, he's gonna get his ass whipped, and that's what happened. Because I'm gonna take out all that frustration on you.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much. I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
With all the stuff that's going on in the world, you got to contend with that kind of crap.
Exactly. So I think, you know, it's just wrong. And I don't know. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's sad. I think that it should not be tolerated. And I think that maybe some discipline actions are probably necessary just because you can't do that. But he should not lose his title. And he should not be fined no $2 million. Like, I don't think Conor McGregor got all that. And he actually, like, used weapons, so to speak. You know, he used trash cans and, all kinds of things. So, I think it's something that needs to be done about that. In my opinion. So, but yeah, so I guess we'll wait and see what happens, you know, what actually happens. So, moving on, I have a question for you guys, and I'm glad that Chris that you're on because I really want a male's opinion. There was a story that popped up on my Facebook, and Chris, I don't know if you've seen it today, a video of a gentleman and a young lady at a place they were out to, with their child, and I guess she's the baby mama, not the girlfriend. So at some point, this guy picked up his child, and the baby mother apparently jumped in the car or something and went. So they go to eat, and when it was time to pay, she expected him to pay for the bill. And he's telling her, but they're filming it, right? He's filming it. He was like, you need to pay for your bill. I'm not paying for you. I didn't invite you. I brought my daughter out to eat. So she's like, you're going to pay for this bill. And they're going back and forth. So he got mad and he threw his drink on her. And she got up and snatched the child up, and she said, you're paying for it. And she threw something at him in the restaurant. And there was a big debate on my Facebook page where people were getting, like, going at it, male against female on my Facebook page, to where I had to kind of come in and say, hey, you guys, you got to have a little respect. But so the most people are saying the woman should have never went. Women are saying he should have never threw his drink on her regardless. What is your opinion about the situation?
Lee, you want to go first?
Well, she opened up Pandora's box by self-imposing herself to go to dinner. And she obviously was trying to take the advantage of the situation. Now, on the other hand, the guy needs to show extra restraint and hold back and not allow someone to drag you into that corner, because once you're in that corner, you're going to respond in the fashion that he did. So what I would have probably, or what I would recommend is to get your child, pay the bill, and get on out. Now, I probably would have gone and paid for the whole thing, because otherwise you're going to end up with a situation like you have. And she probably was thinking, I can force him to do this because he'll be embarrassed. So I think I would have handled it that way. I would have paid the bill and say, don't do that again. First of all, you were rude, wrong, and out of line for inviting yourself into this engagement that I had planned with my daughter. And if she's not in his life, then why would she do that? Because she's trying to stir up some stuff.
Now, I'm going to throw this in there before you speak, Chris. I'm sorry. he said that she jumped in the car. My question is, if she jumped in his car, couldn't he have said, "I'm not moving until you get out. You're not going. This is for me and my daughter."
Well, yeah, he could have done that, and you know what? It would have been a confrontation right there. Because she obviously had planned to mess up everything. Getting in the car was wrong. Wrong. She was looking for a fight. Either that or she's just not so smart or an opportunist looking for a free meal. But she was out of line from Jump Street for doing that. She has no respect for herself, first of all.
Right.
In my opinion.
Okay, Chris.
So she need to chill.
Yeah, take a chill pill.
Mm-hmm.
No, I concur with Lee. First of all, if you arrive there, when you arrive there to pick up your child, and if you want to come along, he could have a conversation with her saying, you know what, look, let me tell you up front, my money's not that right. I only pay a meal for my daughter and me. Now, if you come along, you got to chip in on your end. And then that way would establish from the get-go. If she had an ulterior motive to get a free meal or to be an opportunist, then she was wrong from the beginning. So that whole thing of jumping into the car to start some garbage then, that was premeditated to get everything amped up by the time you hit the place to go eat at. So all this, it seemed like on her end to some degree, was a lot of very unnecessary drama. It didn't have to be like that. Especially if you tell the person from the beginning that I can't come for your meal because, seriously, it's between me and my daughter at this point. Now, if that was me involved in the situation, likely I wouldn't want to pay for everybody, but I would have told her, look, don't you ever do that again. Because you know you were wrong from the beginning, and that right there has to be established. But for me personally, I would establish from the beginning. Now, if you want to tag along, I could pay for it, or if my money's not right, I'll let you know you got to pay for yours. And that's more than being fair.
Right. I'm getting some feedback. My cousin Karen says, I saw that craziness. This probably wasn't the first time she's done something like this. In my opinion, this is obviously her get down. That's why he was filming. Welcome, Corey Benjamin, to the show. So, yeah, we got a lot of mixed reactions. Surprisingly, I seem to have more women kind of siding with the guy in a sense versus the girl. Now, I did have someone who sided with the woman in a sense earlier, but there was a gentleman who responded and kind of attacked her, and I don't like that. I mean, my page is open. It's open for debate. Everybody has a right to an opinion. Hey, this is a free world. If you think she's right, if you think she's wrong, that's your opinion. We don't have to agree. It's called communicating, conversating about it. We can debate about it, but there's never room for being disrespectful. And this is the second time today that has happened on my page. Thus far, I had to put the post when you're on my page, you know, be respectful. I should not have to tell adults that, but yeah, we have to be respectful. So I think that everybody has a right to their opinion. My opinion about the matter is, I think that if it was a dinner for him and his daughter, it should have been him and his daughter. Maybe that's what he does. He comes, picks her up, takes her out to dinner. Maybe that's what he does. If she's not a girlfriend, apparently she was not, then she should not have went. Sometimes women tend to think, well, if you're taking my daughter, I have to go too. If she go, I gotta go too. Like, I'm not letting you take my daughter. Well, here's my thing to women. Watch who you have kids with. Don't have a baby with somebody, or you need to be, and that's something we need to think about, you know. And I think when we're younger, we don't think about that because we're just so in love, right? But when you start having kids, you need to think about who you're having kids with. Is this somebody?
And that's a two-way street. The guy needs to think that way as well.
Right.
You know, if she's boo-boo the fool, when you're dating, and you know she's kind of, edgy and subject to embarrass you in public and say some crazy and do some crazy stuff, then I don't think that's one you want to plant seeds with.
Right. Now, I will say this. I think he was absolutely wrong for throwing his drink on her in public in front of the girl. We have to watch what we do in front of our children.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was not called for. Like, I wouldn't, but I would have said, okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pay for me. And when she brought the ticket, I would have said, give her ticket, her check, and give me and my daughters.
And what if she said, "No, I ain't paying shit"?
Then guess what? Call the police, and the police will come and I watch it on the live PD all the time, honey. They will come out there and tell you better pay that. If you don't have the money on you, then you going to jail. Now, I don't know what they would do in the sense of because she was there with somebody else, but if I was a police officer and I went somewhere and there was a call and I'm like, look, I brought my daughter, she imposed on our situation, and now she wants me to pay the bill. I'm not paying the bill. I'm paying for me and my daughter. Now, that could be kind of tough now that I think about it, because it could be initiated. When we first initiated this date, I was going to pay. She pissed me off. Now I'm not paying. So, that could be a thing too. But
that's a he said,
yeah, I would have said
he said, she said situation. And that's now you've created a bigger scene in a public place. That's why I said to nip it in the bud, go ahead and pay it, suck it up. If you don't have the money, then, that's another thing. But if you have the resources, go ahead and pay the bill and kill the crazy at that point. Now, she might have to walk home if she rode with me.
Right?
But what do you I hope you got an Uber card, baby.
So what do you do though if you speaking of Uber, I have an Uber story. What do you do though if you I plan this day for me and my daughter and I only have enough for me and my daughter? So I'm hoping,
like I said, there lies a problem.
Right.
And I think I would have nipped that in the bud early on before going to the dinner. Or I probably, if I say, okay, look, I only got $25 and, we're going to this place and I know I can do it for like 22 and the rest will be a tip. It's the best I can do. I might have to cancel that dinner date with my daughter because of the situation that has been imposed on you, unplanned, not, you didn't anticipate that. You didn't plan for that.
Right.
So I might have flipped the switch at that point. So now, listen, I can't do that. I don't have the resources to do it. And we're not doing anything. So baby girl, let's go play some video games and call Domino's and get a pizza.
And get a pizza. Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I lost my train of thought.
We're just going to do something else. Don't discuss what you're going to do. And Mama, you can go. Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Now, I will say this. There was drinks on the table. They had alcohol and everything. So, it makes you think, I'm ordering drinks. I'm ordering food. and then when the bill comes, oh, you got your own. Like, you got to be straightforward. Look, you ordering these drinks and stuff. I hope you got money. But from her reaction, I got the impression, and again, I could be wrong, but I got the impression that she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make him pay for this. Oh, you're gonna pay for this."
There's no question that was in her mind. She said it.
No, yeah, and that's the one thing you have to understand, or the reason why they're not together anymore. When you see images like that, and we see it being filmed, and you see how people taking sides, of course, there's a reason why they're not together anymore. This could be one of many layers of why they're not together. And it's sad because, again, for the child's sake, you would think that you would be more diplomatic, be more forthright, because these children, are smart. They pick up on things like that. They want to see their parents at least be harmonious and somewhat cordial to each other, and then you see this unfold. So I also feel sorry for the daughter to witness this, because God knows what else the daughter has seen between the both of them that's not privy to a viral video.
Right. I got another feedback. Celine Priest says, as soon as she got into the car, that's when he should have said, this is a dinner for me and my daughter, and did not include you because this is my bonding time with my daughter. That's her opinion. Yeah, and we don't, and I'm hoping that he said this. We don't know if he said this or not, but you would hope that he said, hey, why? First of all, if I was a dude, I wouldn't have drove off with her in the car. I'd been like, you better get out of my car.
Yeah.
This is for me and my daughter. I would have never took her, because now by her being in the car and you're driving here, it kind of may kind of seem, well, you let me go. She can use that. Well, you let me go, and you still have to stand
Yeah.
your ground and say, no, you came, but you're paying for your own food. And it gets real tricky right there. It's really complicated. And,
Yeah, but if you
again,
tell the truth though, so you can't have it both ways. You can't knock a person for telling the truth. It may not the truth you want to hear, but it's the truth nonetheless. If that could be the case, I would look, baby, go in the house and fix yourself a fried bologna sandwich and call it a day. This is between me and my daughter. I'm taking her somewhere, not you. This is not a
right.
package deal right now.
Fried bologna sandwiches are very good too.
Well, that's why I told her go in and go get full.
Yeah. I agree. So, and again, with all this being said, at the same time, the people who were arguing on my page and just the guy was kind of being really rude. And my response to them was, for all we know, this is just for likes. This is something that they put together just for likes. We have no idea of knowing if this is, in this day and time, we don't know what's real TV and what's fake news.
Well, that's true. And I think it was staged.
Yeah.
Why would you be sitting there recording the whole event?
Yeah.
It was staged.
Yeah.
It worked. I mean, it got people talking.
It got traction.
Yeah.
Talking. It definitely got us talking. Definitely. I have a story for you, Lee. I would like your opinion on. So I also shared this on my page. There was a gentleman, I'm assuming in New York. He was a Lyft driver. He picked up some gentlemen that happened to be gay. Okay.
All right.
And I guess when they got in the car, they asked for him to put on some music. And
run to the house.
okay. And give me my card. Sorry, my kids are like seriously like all up in my business while I'm trying to do TV. But okay, so they asked the driver to play some music, and I guess the driver decided not to play. Oh my God, I'm getting text messages now. The driver decided not to play the music. So this one of the guys out the three decided to go off, call the police, say that he was racially discriminated against because he wasn't black. I think he was like Puerto Rican. He called him the N-word. He called him the F word, which is, the bad word for gay guys.
Mm-hmm.
He called the police. He said he wasn't getting out the car, that he,
This is the passenger that was doing the name calling and calling the police?
Yeah.
Okay.
The passenger.
All right.
Passenger. He had the police on the phone or 911. He said, I'm not getting out the car until somebody comes. He is discriminating against me because I'm not black. He will not play music. He had the camera all up. And the guy that was doing it, he was black. He was sitting there looking in the camera like, okay, y'all see this, right? He didn't say one thing. Now, this guy was just, totally disrespectful, calling him N-words, putting the camera all up in his face. Like, yeah, you're going to see this in, NIGGA. And yeah, he don't want me to see, he racially profiling me. He, and calling the F word. And, and I'm thinking, you're calling him the F word, but you're gay. And if he called you that, you would totally be offended.
Totally.
So it kept going on and on and on to where he took the camera and put it in the guy's face like this. And the guy cut the camera off. And I was curious to know if the guy just whooped his ass or not, because I would have. He tolerated.
You don't know what happened after the camera died. Yep. Yeah.
Kater,
people will do stuff like that to you.
Love y'all.
For no good reason. And it's really unfortunate that people will do that. I mean, listen, a Uber or Lyft driver, or even a limo guy, is out there doing a job. He's moving you from point A to point B. And you're going to get in the guy's car and be disrespectful? You got to remember, the Lyft or Uber driver has no obligation to accommodate you beyond taking you from point A to point B. Many of us will go beyond. I have water. I have Kleenex tissue. I have hand sanitizer. peppermint candy, little hard candies, for people who need that. I even have not androids, Altoids for the bad breath people, for the people that smell like skunk breath.
There must be a lot of them stink to be damn people, man.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Now that you say that, would you so if you had a person in your car that was really funky, like I would probably keep deodorant. Would you be hesitant to say, hey, there's some deodorant back there, feel free to use it? Because you must use it.
I don't carry deodorant. I carry hand sanitizer. Because if you get the sneezing and carrying on, and that's why I have Kleenex tissue in the car. I'm not a germophobic type person, but when you're in a closed environment and people get to coughing and sneezing and carrying on, you want to try to contain that the best you can. Yeah. I've had some people that smell like ass. I've had some people smell like various types of food, fish breath, just different kinds of cuisine. And it's unpleasant. Ew. What I'll do is just crack the window, or I might go as far, and I have done this one time. I said, would anybody like an Android? Oh, and Android. Altoid. I also have, I have peppermint candy back there, and, help yourself. And generally they will say, oh, no, but thank you. So at least you try to be diplomatic, but I won't say, hey, man, your breath smell like ass. Can you eat one of these peppermints here? I won't do that. Because that's going to open up a fight.
Yeah, it will.
You've just insulted someone, and what you are saying is true, but, the guy might not take kindly to that unless he's real drunk and laugh it off.
And especially if he doesn't eat ass.
Right.
Hey, I don't eat ass.
Okay, let me read some comments. I have Karen says, and this dude should not have let her keep ordering. I don't know about him, but she definitely had a few cocktails. So, dude, you let her create the drama. # blame it on the alcohol. Then I have her saying, Cuzzo, the one that's talking about the guys in the car now, the one that was left sitting in the back seat was on some serious ooh-wee. He couldn't even speak or get out of the back seat. Yeah, it was 3 of them. And they kept telling him, man, let's go. And he was just like, oh, no, I'm going to sue Uber. I'm going to get Lyft. I'm going to court. And he was like, I'm an American. And I know my rights. And he was saying all this shit. And I'm like, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Because you do not have a right to sit in this man's car and say all this stuff. And he's videoing it. And then he said, I know it's against the law. And I think he was in New York. I know it's against the law in New York to video me. No, it's not. So then the supervisor from Lyft called him, and he cussed that person out because he didn't like what he was saying. Mm. So he's threatening to sue.
So did the cops come? Oh, that's right. He cut the camera off, so we don't know what happened after that.
So I was curious to know if he just whipped his ass and said, because when I seen the post, it says, it said something about like, I know I'm going to be dealing with legal issues, something. So I'm thinking maybe he took a lot. Just putting that camera, now you invade my, yeah. I'm sorry. Hey, I love gays. I love everybody.
In Florida, stand your ground kicks in, and he could have killed that passenger because he felt intimidated, and the guy was too close to him.
Yeah, it was really ridiculous. It was totally ridiculous. So now, this next question, and we're going to talk about something important the last 10 minutes of the show. So can you just let me know? I know it's like about 8:40, but real quickly, I kind of wanted to discuss this. And now that I got you and Chris on the phone, and I got a couple of ladies listening, I want to know this. And this is just kind of maybe a little bit graphic for some of y'all, but hey, we're all adults, right? Last week we had a discussion at the end of the show. We were talking about men telling women, yeah, when I get you home and, I'm going to put this big thing on you and it's going to be, going down and, whatever. And then when you, you decide, okay, gonna give him he's talking about he working with something. I'm gonna give him a an opportunity. And when you get there, we dealing with Tickle Me Elmo. Now, I don't know about you, but I like Sesame Street when I was a little girl, but I'm a big mofo now. I don't deal with Sesame Street, so I don't need Elmo, oh damn Tickle Me Elmo penis. So,
mushroom wiener.
One, have you ever told a woman something like that? Like, yeah, I'm gonna put this big thing on you. And what do you feel about a woman speaking out to a dude? Like, is it wrong for a woman who a guy has told her, yeah, I got this big thing, I'm gonna put it on you, it's gonna go down, and then when you get to that point, it's not big, or it's not what he's said it to be,
yeah.
And so she's offended. Because I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I'm gonna get my pair of Guess jeans and my damn patent leather pocketbook. I'm getting the hell up out of there. You will not be touching me. So what do you guys think of that?
Well, I would, first of all, never brag in that regard, because you might think you packing the world's biggest choo-choo train or whatever, but compared to what? So I have never personally had that kind of a conversation with a female or anyone, and I would never do that, because first of all, it's no class, and if it's all about that, then chances are he's going to be a lightweight anyway. In most cases, guys that brag about themselves and how good they are in bed and all that, generally, they're not all that. They'll probably be the first to pass out because he's drunk.
Is she wrong? So is she wrong saying, hey, you know what? You promised me ballpark Frank, and all I see here is Vienna sausage. So I'm
out.
I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm out. You wrong for that?
Call me when you're a big boy.
Call me with Sesame Street, boy.
Right.
I don't deal with. I just don't Sesame Street. I'm over it. So
okay, let me throw some ice in the water here.
Okay.
So now, I have heard ladies say, it's not really always about the size. It's about what you know what to do with what you got.
Correct.
And all of that. So, does that
Correct.
matter? I mean, really? Does it matter?
What
is the most important thing? Is it size or the ability to satisfy you?
It's what you can do. Now, here's the thing. Not everybody, because it's a myth that all black men have big penises. It's a lie. It's a myth. It's not true. I'm telling you ladies now, all you white girls that think I'm going to go get me a black guy because he got a mandingo, don't let him lie to you. He's a liar. And the truth ain't in him. Not all black guys are working with big penises. I think in this instance, if a guy is bragging about what he has, then I think you should have the option to say, well, you told me it was this and it's Vienna sausage, and I'm not feeling it. I think a woman has a right to say, you lied to me. But at the end of the day, in reality, it's not about the size. It's about what you can do, because I believe that you can have chemistry with anyone, because at the end of the day, it really shouldn't be about what they have. It should be about two people connecting and having that chemistry and being together. It's, so that's what it should be about.
Right.
Now, with that being said, ain't nobody got time for no, I tell this story all the time. People always tell me all the time, I think you should have been a police officer, because I love police shows. And I said I would make a good police officer, because if I patrol a street and I see guys out here committing crimes, and I stop you and I have to pat you down, and you working with a little ding-a-ling,
you're not supposed to be patting a guy down, though. As a female officer.
Guess what?
See,
you're a
molester.
Yeah.
You're one of those molester type cops.
No,
you got no business checking out a man's member.
You call me what you want to call me.
Freaky
I'm
mama.
gonna be doing justice to the street, because if your ass out here committing strong arm robbing banks and grocery stores and doing all kind of shit, and you got a little penis, your ass need to go to jail. How the hell you gonna be out here
lock him up?
big boy crime with a little penis? Now, If I pull you over and you do some shit,
You gonna put him in a little jail?
You working with something, I'm gonna leave you for the street for. I'm gonna give you an opportunity because you working with something. I'm gonna give you that chance because somebody might need you. We got a whole lot of more. We got a whole lot of more tickle me elmos than we do.
Wait a minute. You gonna put him in juvenile detention? You're not gonna put him in there with the big boys, huh?
Look, like, what is this? Wait a minute, you out here robbing?
You're wrong.
Bob boys with a little damn penis. You get your ass in the back of the car and assume the position. Now if I frisk you, you got a anaconda. You doing just you might do service for the street. So I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna give you opportunity. Go on and act right. Get that big old thing and serve somebody. Stop.
See, you're a criminal. You're a criminal. You're one of those dirty cops.
No,
hey.
Val, you are F2C. That's a freak female cop.
Hey, I'm being real with you.
That's right.
Yeah, you're being real.
They say, well, he robbed the bank. I said, yeah, but he got a big thing. We can't put him in jail. We ain't got too many of them out on the street now.
Man. Your philosophy is a trip, boy. Man, look at that big anaconda. Man, you all we got.
So
you all we got.
Wait a minute. You're gonna pull a guy over for a speeding ticket, and then you find out he's strapped. You gonna give him a pass? You gonna give him a warning? Or you gonna give him a big ticket? What you gonna do?
She wants the big ticket.
I'm gonna give him a lecture.
You gonna give him a lecture?
And I'm gonna give him a lecture, and I'm gonna say, listen. Now we don't have many of you out here, and you black. I'm gonna need you to get you some act right, and act right, because some women out here, and again, it doesn't have to be. I'm just saying. If you are working with something, now, if I get some feedback that he's working with something, but he don't know what to do with it, assume a position. That's a felony right there.
Oh, no.
Wait, I'm sorry. Officer Young? Officer Young, what's the position he must assume?
Turn around and assume a position. You know how you can I'm finna handcuff you.
Put your hands up on the wall. Yeah. And you're going to pat him down?
Stole a Snicker.
Is that all you're going to do? Just pat him down and just tell him to go on about his business?
Or whatever. I'm not going to feel him, but there's some people out here that might
You a damn lie.
Yeah. She gonna
you a damn lie. You go get a handful.
Yeah.
2 handfuls.
Yeah.
You're going to get some ball gags and all that for crazy stuff.
And then accidentally drop her business card so you can contact.
There you go. Right.
No. I'm looking out for my sister and for my brother. I'm just saying. But
no.
Okay, let me read this.
No, we're gonna take your badge and your gun. You're off the force. Nope.
Hey, I'm gonna be off anyways. I'm gonna tell you something else. I don't chase criminals. If I tell you to freeze and you don't, I'm shooting your ass. Guess what? You going down. I take my hat off to police officers who chase people, and I couldn't do all that. That's just ridiculous. But so my cousin says real men don't need to do that. I don't want nothing big being rammed anywhere around me. And my experience with this is either it doesn't work or it malfunctions. Can you work it? Can you quirk it?
Twerk it?
Can you flip it and reverse it our way? Yes. I mean, you might be, mediocre, but you know what to do, and then, hey, it's always the number one question, what that tongue do? But then that gets old, though. That gets kind of old after a while. It's like you want somebody that can actually handle it. But I mean, and I'm being funny and whatever. But I don't want men to think, oh my God, we can't talk to honey unless he got a big thing. That's not true. But it helps. I'm making life. I'm trying to be. I'm bringing a little funny to it.
But that would be among your preferences.
No, I really don't want nothing too big. I don't want nobody giving me
She's walking that walk.
I don't want nobody. I don't want no Vienna sausage though.
Yeah.
But I don't want. Yeah. So, but here's the thing. I'm joking. I'm being funny. In all serious, today has been a really rough day. We have 10 minutes left. I want to talk about something serious. Some of you guys may know if you've seen my post. My dad's in the hospital. His condition is not really well. They were giving him the options of doing some evasive tests that could possibly work, but he would have to keep getting them or just coming home and living out the rest of his life. I did not make the decision, so the thing that one of the ICU doctors, he's not in ICU. He would have been in ICU had he got this procedure done. They were talking to me and they said, I said, I do a radio show, and they go, please go home and do your show and talk about this. Talk about the fact that people need to talk to their families.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what you need to talk. No, depending on what your loved one's condition is. My dad is dealing with congestive heart failure. His organs are slowly but surely deteriorating, and so had he had this test, it could possibly help him. It can make him worse. What happens is once they were going to put a I forgot the name of it just that quick. It's some kind of a stick pin or some kind of pin that goes up his arm. It's like a long IV needle, and it goes it's about this long.
Yeah.
It goes up his arm into his heart, and they pump medicine into it. And once they pull it out, they would have to do it again. So, or he can go home and he looks good right now. He had ulcers. He was throwing up blood, and they took care of that. And so he's doing better. They're trying to gradually get him back on food. So, the thing about it was, no, cousin, they don't want to do the angiogram because his heart rate, my dad's heart rate is pumping at 20%. And so any test that they do is not healthy for him. So I didn't want to make the decision. I was leaning not doing this procedure, but I wanted them to talk to him without saying, hey, this is your last, hoopla, whatever. So they talked to him and he agreed. He didn't want the procedure. So, these two ICU nurses and the cardiologist, we sat there and talked for like a good 30, 45 minutes. And the ICU nurses wanted me to stress to people that normally you don't get that time with a nurse or a doctor. You don't get to sit there and talk for 45 minutes. Sometimes it's just 5 minutes. Make a decision, do whatever. So it's very important to, one, be in, did I lose you guys? To be in your family's life. And I don't know if you guys can see me. Did I lose you?
No,
there you go.
We can still see you.
To be in your family's life, to talk about your health issues, you know what I'm saying? And to talk to your physicians. Try to get that time if you can, because you don't always get that time. You don't always get that time, unfortunately. I was lucky and blessed to get this time with these physicians and these nurses, and they actually gave me their personal opinion, if it was their father or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I think that we made the best decision. We're not going to do the procedure. We're going to let my dad come home and live out his days the way he chooses to do. It's very difficult for me right now because I don't know how long that is.
Yeah.
They gave me a timetable, but it could be sooner, it could be longer. But then again, we don't know what God's plan is. But
that's true.
They definitely said if that procedure is done, it could worsen it.
Yeah.
There's
a risk.
A chance that Yeah. So I wanted to take these last times to talk to everybody and say, hey, one, spend time with your family. Spend time with your family, your parents. If you're blessed to have both your parents, spend time with them. To find out what your parents want done, what they want in their lives, what they want their last. Know that just in case. The thing about it, I was lucky to be able to have this time that we can make a decision. Some people don't have this time. Sometimes it's a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
You have to make these decisions right away. And that's the point they wanted me to stress. No, even though it's a hard conversation to have, know what your parents want. Know, your loved ones, whoever it may be. Know what they want, so that if you do have to make it in an instance, you're making the right decision.
And have it in writing. Get that on paper. A living will or, a will and period. Whether you have anything to leave or not, the patient's voice needs to be heard, read, so there's no confusion, because invariably when these things happen, one family member has an opinion, another family member has a different opinion, and that creates a war. And God
Right.
forbid if there's any property to be divided up, that's when it really gets stupid. So have everything in writing, you know,
Yeah.
and make it
Well,
clear, clean, and simple.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it was good that my sons was there with me because they were a big help. And we all, agreed. And my son was like, I was kind of like, whatever you say to him, don't tell him this is it. Don't, like, I want him to feel like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get better.
Right.
And even though I know that's the right thing to do, but the doctor was like, I don't want to lie to him, but I won't just make it so bad. But my sons were definitely like, let him, he's in his right mind to make his own decision. So talk to him, and they talked to him, and he said, no, I don't want the procedure done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that he comes home, and he, his birthday's coming up in November. I'm hoping he gets to spend his birthday, and we can just love him and give him all that time and attention that he needs. I don't know when that time's going to come.
Yeah.
I've heard people say, I give you 6 months, and it lasts, they live years,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
their prognosis was not a very long time. So
Live every day like it's your last day. Get the most of it,
Yeah.
out of it, every day. Spend as much time with your dad. Make him comfortable. Talk about the fun times that you guys had together. And that there's nothing more you can do.
right.
No, you can't. And the blessing is that you have a father that
Yeah.
you can spend the emotional times with, all the good times. You get a chance to have your family around you and your friends.
Mhm.
And this is the time to really celebrate his life. Give him the flowers, they say, while he's here.
That's right.
Let him know that you love him
Right.
while he's here. And he'll appreciate that more than anything in the world. And deeply from me, Val, to you and your family, and my thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely.
And everything's gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all God's will, and whichever way the wind blows, it's going to go down that way. And we just
That's
have to, the people that are left behind, we have to be prepared as well.
Right.
You've got to come to the point of acceptance of the outcome. And I went through that with my mom and my dad. My dad died when I was quite young. I was 13. My mom died much later in life. She was 86 when she passed away. And I was with her in her final moments. But
Right.
I had a week knowing that she was not going to live long. She was in hospice, and we stayed there with her 24 hours a day. I went home one time to take a shower. When I came back, she was in the final moments of her life. And 3 or 4 days prior to that final day, I went outside for a few minutes, and I sat it was a circular driveway, and I was sitting there on the curb, and this pastor came by, and I guess he could see that I was troubled, and he says, "How you doing, young man?" I said, "Well, thanks for calling me a young man. I'm not feeling that way today." He says, "I can see that you're troubled about something." He says, "You want to share your thoughts with me?" And I told him what was going on. He says, "Can I go in and pray for your mom?" And I said, "Please, absolutely." So he came in, and there were a few family members there, and we all held hands, and he did a really moving prayer. And what happened during that moment of prayer, I felt like pressure being relieved from me. I felt a calmness. And from that point forward, I guess there was a moment that I came to the realization there's nothing else you can do. You have to accept what's happening and be at peace with it. So when I got to that point, I was able to process it and deal with it better. So,
Right.
those are the moments that we have to embrace.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I felt before I was like just out of it.
Yeah.
When I talked to them, I felt a little bit better. So, it is what it is. We don't know what's going to happen, but I just want him to come home and have, and so I thank everybody for their prayers. My cousin said that's true,
Absolutely.
because though it's up to him. The battle ain't ours, it's God's. Yes, power of attorney. Sheridan says, didn't I tell you to put it in God's hands? I have, Sheridan, but you know, and we tell each other, hey, put it in God's hands, and we mean that. But when it's you,
Yeah.
and you're looking down at your loved ones, like this could be it. That's a hard thing, and I don't have anymore. My mom died in '98. This is the only person I have, you know, and so, it's hard to think that I'm not gonna have any parents, you know, and I'm not gonna have my dad anymore, and so, you know, it's hard. My oldest son is kind of like being, you know, like, okay, I think my youngest son is kind of like not, he doesn't want to talk about it. So it's, you know, it's hard. But anyways, I think my tablet is dying. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure. Where you want, anywhere in the world, but you decide to come and tune into Honey's Closet. We appreciate it. We love you, and tune in next week. And until then, God bless. Please keep me in prayer. Thank you. Thanks,
bless.
Chris.
Hey, thank you. Take care.
No one else to listen to, check her elegance. Sick of all them weak shows, here's the medicine. Kept their ears to the streets, true veterans. This is Marge's favorite damn show. I tried telling them it's about to go up stairways.